Bobby Jones' stroke of genius about the legendary golfer. Caviezel told our Samantha Harris it was a welcome change after his grueling work on Mel Gibson's biblical epic.
I thought after getting scourged a few times, I thought maybe playing a little golf might be a nice change of things.
Bobby Jones' stroke of genius hits theaters April 30th.
He was Jesus in The Passion of the Christ, but Jim Caviezel is still surprised by the heavenly success of the film, which has made more than $360 million.
I guess we're the highest R-rated film in history.
Jim even got to meet His Holiness the Pope on a recent trip to the Vatican.
There he was, and he says, well, come here. He says, how are you? And yeah, I'm fine.
Now from the King of Kings to the King of Swings, Jim stars in Bobby Jones' Stroke of Genius, a film about the legendary golfer in the 1920s opening April 30th. Jim had to learn golf for the movie, and that's him in every shot.
I needed to be authentic, and we made it sure that it looked, I mean, that was there, and that you could see it, and that I was hitting the ball. And
not a bad swing. Up next for Jim is a thriller with Robin Williams.
Jim is hanging out with some legends.
The rumor was last night you were partying with Mick Jagger in the game.
Yeah. We met. No singing, though. I wouldn't sing in front of him.
Jim is at the festival promoting his new movie, Bobby Jones' Stroke of Genius. He's no stranger to playing big roles, so Jim did a lot of research and work on his golf game.
Just wanted to make it, look authentic, look natural, and make it look as close as I could get to his, and I think I got it about 95%.
Decorated amateur golfer of all time. In a span of 8 years, Jones won 13 major championships, including the original Grand Slam, the British and U.S. Opens, and the British and U.S. Amateurs in 1930. A complex man, there was much more to Jones than golf. He owned degrees in law, English literature, and mechanical engineering. This Friday, the life and times of Bobby Jones goes on display nationwide in the upcoming movie Stroke of Genius, starring Hollywood heavy Jim Caviezel. We had a chance to go behind the scenes.
This film transcends golf. It's about a human being that had an extraordinary amount of integrity that money can't buy. Here's a guy that was able to embrace the idea that, yes, I am a role model. And after I read about this Bobby Jones, who I didn't know a lot about, I said, man, I have to do this. I've swung in the club before. I've been out with a couple friends and had a few beers, and maybe in my tuxedo here and there and try to hit a ball, but that really doesn't count. Part of my character is going to be this swing. The most difficult part was I wasn't learning my swing. I was learning his swing. I couldn't make it look like a crash course. It had to look perfection, and I think we got about 95% there. There were some physical attributes that he had that I don't, in his flexibility. But at the end of the day, when people see this film, I think they'll be impressed by what we were able to accomplish.
And action, Jim.
I immediately found the addiction. I think it's very similar to acting, like something physical, mental, and emotional, all three coming together to be able to block things out, to almost have a blank. And I can see why a lot of actors eventually take up the game seriously, because there's a great parallel, and it's fun. Any great sport film is a great sport film when it transcends that sport. Generally, when people see this film, it's not just a golf film. I would not have seen this film if I thought it was just about golf. There's something bigger than the sport. There's something about playing something, enjoying and loving life to its fullest, and a man that didn't just play a sport for money. There was love for the game.